Okay, so we're drained good. I'm gonna go ahead and shut that. And we are gonna open this valve. Now we're pumping oil. Check, make sure it's not leaking, at least not a lot. They usually leak a little bit sometimes, but this one's doing good. Alright, so I fully engage it. Now we're pumping. I'm gonna go up and idle up my truck. I usually run it up to about 900 to 1,000 RPMs. Okay, now it's idled up. One of the things you absolutely have to do before you get back in your truck or before you do any paperwork or anything, come back here and check your vent. Make sure it's blowing. Alright, I got a pretty good airflow there. I got lots of gas coming out, that means I'm pumping. Some locations you got to hook up vapor recovery and push it back into the tanks. At this point, most locations you don't, but make sure it's flowing. That tells you everything. If there isn't air coming out, you either have a valve shut or you're not pumping oil. Okay, now it's time to clean up. Turn my pump on again. Grab these, squirt a little solvent in it. Rinse it around a little good, get rid of it. Now I'm going to fill it up to just below the halfway mark. When it heats up, it expands and it gets pretty close to that halfway mark. Drop it in there. Some guys take a brush to theirs every time. I actually have discovered I've hauled oil with the same beakers for 6 months and never had to brush them out. If you clean them out good like that, you'll be good. Now, stopping off with the cork, do not jam those corks way down in there. Some guys smash them down in there and next thing you know they fall through. I just stick them in enough to hold them. Shut this here. Shut this here. When this thing gets full, I'll take it over to a Getty box when I'm loading, dump it out, and suck the Getty box dry. I go ahead and clean up my tabletop here, shut my grind out, lay the rags on top. I turn this back on to auto, and I'm good. Now at this point I'm going to go up there and check my Titans, make sure both compartments are filling. And also double check my temperature right there. I'm at about 69, 70. I'm pulling out of the bottom of the tank, so it's a little cooler right there. But anyhow, let's check my Titans. Alright, they're both filling up. I got 5981, so there's oil's going into both of them. Alright, this time here I'll start doing my paperwork. Okay, so I just topped off the tank with what I want. I shut my fire valves here. They're both shut. I'll reverse the pump, dry the hose out. This works on this trailer, doesn't work on every trailer. This trailer is perfect. I'll engage the pump, pumping back out. Now I'm going to open this thief here and let it suck air. I watch my sight glass over there. You can see it sucking air when I shut my manuals. Now while that's pumping, I'm going to walk this hose out at least twice. I do that twice. Check my sight glass again, there's still oil flowing out. So I'm going to let it run a little bit. And I'll walk it out again. Alright, that should be pretty good. We'll walk this out. Now a roper pump like we have here will push oil until it blows a seal, but it does not push air very well. So now we dried this out. I'm going to shut this valve, let it push against it. I'll crack this thing here just a little bit, let air escape. And I'm going to shut the pump down. Okay? I'm going to shut this bleeder valve. And we're going to go shut our tank. Crack this a little more. Let that pressure bleed off. I'm gonna shut this and seal it. I got that seal in my pocket from earlier. Take the key, shove the key up through it, and lock it. Tug it, make sure it's locked. Once again, double check, all the valves are shut, the handle's off, you're sealed. Now, all the pressure's gone. Let's go ahead and take this hose off. Now I'm gonna walk out if there's anything in here yet and just dump it in the box. Usually there'll only be maybe a gallon, half a gallon or something. Okay, that's all we got. A little bit there. Grab my rag, wipe this out, and put my cap into it. All right, so this is done. Now we take this out. Let me put their cap back in. Lock your fittings. Make sure that valve is shut. Some dummies let that valve open. Alright, I'm gonna wipe this fitting down. I like to keep my fittings dry and clean. You can pick them up without gloves without getting all greasy. Alright, now shut this. Take the handle off. Lay it on top of the Getty box. Grab your hose. This out just to keep the oil down there by the pump. I don't like it out here in the hose. Throw the hose. If you don't drain that out, this end here will be very heavy. Put her down, hook it in, shut your box, shut your vent. Throw this in here, throw this in here. Now, still want to put vacuum in the hose. Whoa. Still want to put vacuum in the hose. So I'm going to engage the pump and watch that hose shrink a little bit. When it's shrunk a little bit, I shut this valve, disconnect my ground. Now, I'm going to double check everything. I look in the back, I can tell my vent valve is shut. I look underneath there, that valve is shut, this valve is shut, the thief valve is shut. That is very important. You let that open, you're going to have a spill the next time you either open your valves or try pumping oil. Double check here, this valve is shut, valve underneath is shut. This is out of gear. Double check here, my fire valves are shut. Alright, now, take my wheel chock out, because I'm done with it. Pop my PTO out of gear, kill the high idle. Now we go to the top of the tank and get our bottom gauge, shut her up. Remember we signed our name saying we shut the tanks. Now we're going up there to make sure we did.